Hello friends, my name is Munna and you watching The Haunting Files. Today I unfold a story that will haunt you, a story of friendship, betrayal, and a murder so cold that it shocked an entire town. This is the story of Skylar Neese. Skylar Neese was a bright 16-year-old girl from Star City, West Virginia, a high school honors student, cheerful, social, and loved by everyone around her. She was best friends with two girls, Sheila Eddy and Rachel Schaff. The three were inseparable. They went to classes together, hung out after school, and filled their social media with selfies, inside jokes, and the kind of laughter that only teenage friendship knows. But beneath those smiles, something darker was brewing: jealousy, secrets, and silent tension that no one else could see. On the warm night of July 5th, 2012, Skylar returned home from a shift at Wendy's, the fast food restaurant where she worked part-time. Her parents said goodnight as she went to her room. Nothing seemed unusual. But at 12:30 a.m., a grainy apartment surveillance camera caught something strange. Skylar quietly slipped out of her bedroom window and got into a car waiting outside. Her parents didn't know she was gone. By morning, she never come back. When Skylar didn't show up for work the next day, her parents immediately knew something was wrong. Her cell phone was off, her bed locked, slept in, her window was open. At first, police suspected she might have run away, a typical teenage misunderstanding, but her parents insist otherwise. Skylar wasn't that kind of girl. Then investigators pulled the apartment's surveillance footage and saw that eerie clip of Skylar sneaking out at night. The car's shape was barely visible, but one detail stood out. It looked like the car Sheila Eddy drove. When questioned, Sheila and Rachel both said the same thing. Yes, we picked Skylar up that night. We drove around for a while, then dropped her off near her house an hour later. Their stories matched perfectly, too perfectly. The police had no physical evidence to prove otherwise, and the case went cold. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. Skylar's parents kept posting her photo online, begging for some information, but deep down they knew something horrible had happened. Rachel, who once laughed easily, began breaking down in tears. On December 28, 2012, 6 months after Skylar's disappearance, Rachel finally couldn't take it anymore. Her mother found herself screaming uncontrollably. Police were called, and during questioning, Rachel said chilling words that froze everyone in the room. She whispered, "We stabbed her." Rachel confessed that she and Sheila had planned Skylar's murder for months. When detectives asked why, she simply said, "We just didn't like her anymore." No fight, no revenge, no motive that made sense, just pure cold-blooded cruelty. Rachel explained that they had picked Skylar up that night, telling her they wanted to go for a late-night drive and make up after a small argument. They drove towards a remote area in Pennsylvania, a wooden spot they had visited before. When Skylar stepped out of the car, the girls counted to three and attacked her with kitchen knives they had brought from home. Skylar tried to fight back. She ran, she screamed, she begged, but they stabbed her over 50 times. When she stopped moving, they dragged her body deeper into the woods, covered it with rocks and leaves, and drove away, leaving their best friends to die alone under the stars. Following Rachel's confession, police found Skylar's remains in January 2013, about 30 miles from her home. Her parents' worst nightmare had come true. Sheila, who had pretended to help search for Skylar, tweeted things like "missing my best friend," even while knowing exactly what she had done. In May 2013, Sheila was arrested outside a restaurant. Rachel had already turned herself in. Rachel Shaw pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and received a 30-year sentence with the possibilities of parole after 10 years. And Sheila Eddy, who showed no remorse, was sentenced to life in prison with parole eligibility after 15 years. For Skylar's parents, justice brought no peace. Only the bitter realization that the people who killed their daughter were the very ones she called her best friends.